Okay, today we're actually going to do another pepper. If you've already seen my Carolina Reaper video, you'll know that they're very hot. And now we're going to do what's commonly called ghost pepper. I have two of them here actually. And they are quite lovely. They look lovely. The plants are nice. Now I've had ghost peppers in the past. In fact, I think I have another video on the Bhut Jolokia. But I didn't really like it. So we're going to do another test with ones out of my garden and see if I like them any better. And now before we do the taste test, let's go into the garden and have a look to see how they grow in the greenhouse. Okay, so here we go into my little greenhouse. It's middle of October 2020, and I've successfully, for the first time, grown ghost peppers, also known as Bhut Jolokia, and gotten a couple of pods. As you can see, I'm growing it in a smallish pot, probably equivalent to about 2 gallons, which is quite a bit smaller than you would normally. But it's been happy. You can see it's been quite a few pods growing on here. It's kind of smashed in here with a bunch of my other plants, and so I don't know how pure the seeds will be inside here. But I'll probably grow them again next year out of these, the seeds I get out of these anyway. We'll see. Sorry, there we go. There we are. So I've seen on the old interwebs bumpy varieties and smooth varieties. As you can see, I have here the smooth version. Whether or not that makes a difference, I don't know. But let's go inside and have a taste, shall we? So here we are with my ghost peppers. A lot of the ones that I have growing and ripening have this particular, very specific shape to it, where it kind of has this, curvature, and then it has a bit of a dimple on each side, which I find quite interesting. You'll also note that you can sort of see a bit of translucence to it, and that's different from a lot of peppers that I've tried in the past that I would say the vast majority of them are quite opaque, whereas these ones have a bit of translucence. You can sort of see the light passing through it, which is kind of neat. This one is similar in shape, except that it seems to have 3 dimples. Well, 2.5, I guess. Well, so that's 3. That's interesting. I quite like the appearance of them. Very shiny, very glossy, quite firm. That's a good sign. They're both quite firm. So let's go ahead and cut one of these bad boys open and see how they smell and see what they look like inside. I think we'll go with these ones because most of the ones that I have look like that. That popped off nicely. Didn't leave behind any green bits. Let's go this way, I guess. Now I did not put gloves on. I think maybe that might be a mistake. So I just cut it, and I'm instantly greeted with the typical Chinense pepper aroma. Let's see if I can get a little closer here. There, you can sort of see the inside. There isn't a lot of oiliness to the inside. It's just sort of shiny. It's got a normal amount of seeds, nothing too earth-shattering. It's nice when they don't have too many seeds because excessive seeds obviously, can be not the best flavor. I pretty much never eat the seeds, especially in the super hots, because the membrane, if you haven't seen any other pepper videos, you'll know, or if you have seen any other pepper videos, you'll know that that membrane veining along there is where the majority of the capsaicin is found. It has the usual sort of Chinense aroma, and it's really difficult to describe. If you've never smelled a ghost or Carolina Reaper pepper before, or any other of the Chinense varieties, it's really hard to explain the exact smell that you're getting from these things. It's a little bit, maybe a little bit floral. That's about the best I can give you. So all I can do is tell you, go get yourself one or more, cut them open and give them a smell. Now, if you don't know how to use something that's this hot, and I can tell you they are very hot, the best thing to do with them is to make sauces out of them, because you only need a couple of them, and then you can blend them with a bunch of other peppers or other fruit, etc., and make quite a nice sauce. You can also ferment peppers to make a nice fermented sauce, and the fermenting process seems to reduce the heat a little bit, so then you just get the flavor. Now, in the past, I've had the ghost peppers, and neither my wife nor I liked them very much. They had what we called the dumpster fire flavor. So we're just going to try these ones. Since I grew these myself, and I had 100% control of the growing conditions, we'll see if maybe there's something a little different about homegrown. Okay, so if you are new around here, we just finished filming a quick video on the Carolina Reaper, and it made me lose my marbles. So now we are going to try the Bhut Jolokia, commonly referred to as a ghost pepper, and I left it over there. You want to grab one of those for it? And as you can see, I'm wearing the old nitrile glove to prevent myself from getting spicy fingers and stabbing myself in the eye, which I seem to do on a regular basis. So we've cut the ghost pepper in half already, and we're just going to take a sliver from this, and each of us are going to give it a quick whirl. I know lots of the pepper tasting videos out there feature somebody who eats an entire pod and then loses their marbles. We are not going to do that. What we're going to do is we're going to taste a little sliver, and we're going to attempt to tell you how it tastes. Now, do you want half of one of these?
I'll be brave.
All right. So, what I've done is I've cut a little sliver of the pepper. It's just a little julienne almost. And I didn't cut any of the membrane, which is where most of the capsaicin is located. I do have some lingering heat from the Carolina Reaper, which we just taste tested. But I had some ice cream. Vanilla ice cream is a fantastic fire extinguisher. So yeah, let's pop these bad boys.
Try licking it?
Okay.
It's not as bad as the Reaper.
Not as bad, but it has some of that dumpster fire flavor.
Mm.
We've tasted the ghost peppers before, and they were from a store-bought ghost pepper, if I remember correctly, or somebody might have gave it to us. I can't remember. And it did look a little different. It had more of the bumpiness, I think. It was a couple of years ago that we did it. I'll have to go back and look at the video. In any case, this may taste a little different. But when we did taste the last one, it had what we referred to as a dumpster fire flavor, as if you had a dumpster full of garbage and you lit it on fire and you smell that and you imagine the flavor of that. That is what we thought it tasted like last time. So we're going to give it
burning garbage in your mouth.
Right.
It's as lovely as
These are
it
not
sounds.
supposed to be as hot as the Carolina Reaper. They are supposed to be. They are super hot. They are a capsicum chinense, but we'll see how they taste. Do it. Actually, it tastes pretty good.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's really good.
And not nearly as. I got almost no heat.
I like that one.
Why do I have no heat?
That's a good pepper. I got some heat.
I got none.
But I got a nice bit of heat.
I got zero heat.
Wow. Should we be eating more?
Try it again. So now that it's lingering a little bit, I'm getting a little undertone of bitterness in the back of my mouth.
It's really sweet in the beginning. I'm not really getting the bitter at all.
Yeah, but I like zero heat.
It's just like imagine a bell pepper with a little bit of zip to it. That's what this is to me.
So I'm wondering if maybe.
But it's sweeter than a bell pepper.
I'm wondering if it
really
was
quick.
accidentally crossbred with something.
Maybe. That's tasty. Cut that up, clean out the middle, put some cream cheese in that.
Oh my goodness. So I'm a little bit disappointed because I think, I suspect then that what I have here is not a true ghost pepper.
Let's try.
Even though it smells like one. Okay, this now has the membrane.
We have some membrane.
All right, see,
We will find
you
the
gave me a
spice.
piece with no membrane, so I'm
He
going to take.
wants more membrane.
I want some more of this. So this might lose my marbles. We'll see. Okay, I took the seeds out because maybe I'll keep those seeds. cut a little piece, and I'll just show the camera what I've got here. So I've got a piece here now. You can see a little piece of the membrane in there, which is where the capsaicin is usually located. Let's give it a whirl.
Oh yeah, there, we found it. We found the spice.
Yeah, and it's not just the spice; it's also bitterness.
Oh, it's the dumpster fire, the bitterness.
And the dumpster fire flavor. What's interesting?
How is it now with the? How does it compare to the Reaper?
Not even close.
Oh, really?
Not even remotely.
I won't be eating the Reaper. Oh.
So maybe I've become slightly desensitized after just eating a little bit of the Reaper and losing my marbles. This one is very hot, and it's kind of an unpleasant heat. It's a bitter, sharp, growing heat, and it's still growing. Like it's the Reaper. I found that the heat was like hot immediately. So this, what's interesting about this is like it's very localized on one side, and it's become very hot. It's it's all on one side for me, and like one tonsil.
I'm eating your ice cream.
Okay. I gotta.
It's too hot for me.
That was unexpected. I did not expect that the flesh would be almost zero heat, and the membrane just so hot. Oh my goodness. The Reaper was still hotter, but this is still enough that's making me uncomfortable. It's making my scalp hot. And where it's burning in my throat, where I didn't chew it up all the way, that was a mistake. You're going to have to give me some more ice cream.
Ice cream.
So the reason why I want the fire extinguisher this time is less to do with the overwhelming heat that I had last time on the Carolina Reaper. This time, the reason why I want the fire extinguisher is because I have a localized, very intense burning on one spot in the back of my throat.
Yeah,
the fire,
the back of my throat too.
The flavor is absolutely that dumpster fire flavor. The heat is sufficient to cause my heart to beat a little faster, and to give you a little bit of that panicky sort of feeling, which is, I mean, I'm a seasoned hot pepper eater, but I still get that panicky feeling. Starting to subside a little bit now. The heat is very much still quite localized in the back of my throat. Losing your marbles?
It's starting to subside now.
You've left the refrigerator open.
Oh no.
She was in a panic, obviously, to get some ice cream. So, just to reiterate, for anybody out there who wants to do a pepper test, if you want to be able to taste the pepper and then have some relief, vanilla ice cream, this is actually vanilla fudge swirl, but it does the job. I'm impressed. The amount of heat in the membrane was extremely notable. And, I mean, we probably would use the pepper for its flesh again, because it did taste quite pleasant. It was sweet and very characteristic of the Chinense flavored peppers. But the membrane was excruciatingly hot. Not as hot as the Carolina Reaper, though. You can watch my other video and you'll see my response. The sliver I had was quite a bit smaller, and
no membrane,
and I lost my marbles. It caused tears and heat and everything else.
Tears, sweating, hiccups, immediate hiccups.
Yeah, this one was hot and it burns, but didn't cause hiccups. Still caused that panicky feeling. Not as much as the Carolina Reaper, though. The Carolina Reaper is absolutely living up to its name as the hottest pepper, or I should say the hottest pepper you can easily get a hold of. There are apparently 2 other hotter peppers out there that I'm aware of. There may be others as well. One's referred to as Pepper X, and the other one is the Dragon's Fire, or Dragon Fire, or something like that. Dragon's Breath, maybe? Yeah, so from what I understand, the Dragon's Breath is from a breeder out of England. I don't remember his name. I could have my information wrong. I can check it out, look on the internet afterwards. And I think you can get a hold of Pepper X now if you're into growing seeds. I don't know about growing a plant from seed. I don't know if the pods can be purchased, retail or even commercially online. But if you want to get a hold of Carolina Reapers, you absolutely can. And they do taste good. Those are hot. Ghost peppers are much easier to get a hold of. You can buy them fresh as well from a lot of places. The flesh tastes good. The membrane did not. And with that, thanks for watching.